really could do that because we have a great running back and we have a great offensive line. And all we need to do is get those guys going, and everybody else on the team can feed off of that.
Yeah, especially when you go into a game where you know that A.J. Brown isn't going to be there. You know, you have you got some receivers that's going to have to step in and make some plays. You're waiting on to see what Dallas Goedert is going to do. You know, I thought that this was definitely a game that you needed to lean on the offensive line. You know, let's get that run game going. Like I was with you by, you know, just saying, all right, you know what, let's start with the zone reads because I think a lot of the defenses are kind of playing us for it because, you know, anytime that you want to stop a zone read, the defensive end is usually the guy that's the key. You know what I'm saying? So if that defensive end comes crashing, then Jalen is going to pull the ball and then he's going to try to escape out of the back end of the play. So what teams will do, they'll send that defensive end crashing, and then they'll either have a linebacker scrape over the top. That's going to kill the play. So I think that that's one of the things that you were seeing that teams were playing them for it. So just hand the ball off and let Saquon.
I agree. There's no surprise to it right now. And like the whole read for that end is like when he's coming crashing to go ahead and be like, oh, they're giving it. And then they're like, whoop, nope, I'm not giving it. And then it looks so good when it works, but when it doesn't, it's infuriating.
Yes, it does piss you off.
But anyway, great to see that. The big boys. Let's talk about what happened over there on the right side. We had some injuries today. You know, we were talking about Kobe. Kobe got hurt.
Yeah.
Right? What do you, a shoulder or something like that?
You know what, man? I go and I make a highlight reel. I go and make a highlight reel of Kobe just dicing up the Atlanta Falcons.
Too much for him.
Man, and I mean, Kobe, because I want to just make sure that you let people know that Kobe played a hell of a game against the Falcons. I mean, it's more than that 6 for 23 yards. He was wide open. If Jalen trusted Kobe in that last play, Kobe was wide open coming across the middle. If he would have thrown that ball to Kobe, we would have ended up winning that game against Atlanta. But instead, he forced the ball to Slim and it ended up being a turnover. But it was just so hard seeing, you know, Kobe go out there and make some plays, and then now he's down for about, 6 weeks? Possibly.
I don't know. I don't know. We had Kobe go down. Becton was not in there. He hurt his hand?
He hurt his hand. I went as I was going through. You know how I watched the game, like 3-4 times. You know, it's a bit ridiculous. But I was just going through the plays, and you know, and I'm watching the series, and you see him where they called I don't know if it was like a little screen or whatever. If you guys, I posted it on my Twitter account earlier where you can see it where you saw he'll go out on the screen and he got tripped, and then there was a crash landing when he went to the ground, and he put his hand down to brace himself, and you know, I don't know if it was his finger, wrist, or whatever it was. It rolled over. It looked like it hurt because once he hit the ground, he was in like, you know, I don't even know what yoga pose, you know, where your elbows, knees, and all of that is on the ground. Where
like a child's pose type thing?
Maybe child pose.
Yeah, child's pose, I think.
Possibly. You know, so I think he was in that.
Or turtle, maybe.
Yeah, I would say turtle. You know what I'm saying? So he was kind of like in a turtle, like, oh my God, this hurts really bad pose. And then he had to get up because you had to finish that series. Yeah. You know, so he had to finish the series. And then like a couple plays later, Lane Johnson is blocking down, and he and Saquon Barkley collide head on. And then there you go. That's your right side gone in the in that one series.
Yeah, normally that's terrifying.
Yeah, because usually when guys go down, it's kind of like, all right, you know, all right, this one guy
usually got
down.
one guy that can get in there and stuff. But you lose two, especially on an offensive line. That's a tricky situation to be in
the same drive.
On the same side.
Yeah, on the same side, in the same drive, you have your right guard and right tackle go down, and they're done.
Yeah, and not to mention, we don't have a good record at all when Lane's not on the field.
No.
So that's not a good feeling to see Lane go off.
No, it definitely was a bad
Head over there
feeling.
in the tent, you know, got his bell rung.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully he'll be all right, you know.
Yeah, but then, you got, you know, that's why, you know, and Coach Stoutland we trust because, I mean, you know, you have.
Well, the depth was tested.
Oh, yeah. Tyler Steen
Well, hold on now. Steen actually had a starting spot until he got hurt.
Yeah.
So Steen's a starter, getting
But
his
anyway.
opportunity again. You know, okay, so
Yeah.
you never been through this where you got injured and then somebody came in and started starting over you, and then you were healthy to go, and you didn't get your spot back.
Yeah, I don't know that feeling.
I don't think I do either, but I can imagine. I can't.
You can imagine how frustrating.
I can imagine it would be very frustrating. You're like, that was my job.
Yeah, that was me. You know, but I mean, you got Tyler Steen steps in, and then it was Fred
Steen came
Johnson.
out there, and Big Fred.
Big Fred.
Steen came out there and was the best graded offensive lineman in pass pro for the Eagles.
Dude, he was an animal.
He was.
There was no drop off. There was no drop off. And then one of the things that I think was good about it, because this is a road game, and when you're playing right guard for this team, it is extremely difficult because you're the one that has to tap the center and make you're the one that's starting the cadence. So that's an extra challenge when you're talking about stepping in and playing, especially in a hostile environment like New Orleans. That is a tough place to play.
Yeah. Well, not just that, bringing another tackle outside of the guy that's making the tap, and now he has to play with a new guy making the tap rather than the guy that's always making the tap.
Yeah, so there's a lot of tapping.
It's a lot of tapping confusion.
Yes.
But it led to a false start as well.
Yeah.
You know, I think Steen missed the tap. Like he went to tap and missed, and Johnson just had it timed up, and he just shot off the ball.
Okay. You know what? I have a question.
Okay. Hopefully I haven't answered.
Who makes the calls on the offensive line? Whenever there's a blitz, anything,
So
who makes the calls? Because I see Cam, he's there with his head up. He's looking out.
Yeah.
But
I think that's a transition that they're currently making. I think that was like Kelsey would take care of all of that.
Even Kelsey, when he was there, I didn't see him. It was always his head was up, and you didn't see a lot of pointing. I don't know if they're yelling or whatever, but is it Landon Dickerson that's making the calls? Who's making the calls? Because there was a blitz that they gave up a sack on, and I'm like, all right, who's making the calls? A lot of times you would just see Cam and his head is up, and he's waiting for the tap. But I don't see any pointing, any direction. Yay, what's going on here? Yada, yada, yada. I think that you see Landon, a lot of times he'll make a point and would do something. But to me, it just seems.
Yeah, I mean, Landon is a very smart football player.
Yeah, he played center.
He's played center. He knows the offense. He's got a lot of experience out there. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's being vocal and helping Cam out in the middle there. But I think like kind of what I've been hearing is that, now that Jason's gone, they wanted to transition more responsibility when it comes to protection and blitz pickup into Jalen so that he has more of a comprehensive grasp of everything that's happening or more control of it, because I mean, if you're the quarterback and you do understand the offense exactly how you want it to, you might not always agree with what the center wants to do. You know what I mean? Like you might see something and be like, yeah, I know by rules or something that he wants to do this and he's going to want to protect me over there, but I see this coming. I can take care of this. Let's just keep him over here type of thing. You know what I mean? And he can make a throw.
But the center has his head up the whole time. He should be seeing it too.
I agree. So, yeah, I mean.
He should be seeing it too. Because I go back to this blitz. There was an overload to the right. And I know they say, okay, hey, you could bring the back all the way over and let him take the – but to me, it was a four-man. It could have been a four-man slide. You just go ahead, a four-man slide to the right, put the back over the man that's over Landon Dickerson, because the guy that was over Landon Dickerson ended up dropping back into coverage. So Landon Dickerson ended up blocking no one.
Yeah.
And you never want to have an offensive lineman blocking no one, especially when you have a blitzer coming free.
Right.
So, but to me, that's why I feel like at times there's a little confusion as to who's making the call. But never mind.
I mean, no, you're right. And to that point, maybe it's part of the transition, and sometimes maybe the call is not getting made. And Cam doesn't want to have too many Chiefs in the TP, And so, like, he'd rather be quiet and just all be wrong together than try to get half the line moving one way or yada yada type thing. I'm guessing.
Yeah, but one thing I can say, one thing I can really point out. right there was ran to perfection.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, how many times do you really see an offensive line switch off a blitz, a stunt and a blitz on the front side of a run play?
Well, that's the thing, dude. I hated playing D lines that moved like that slanted and stunted and all that crap, because you can't come off the ball. You have to like patiently kind of like duck walk forward and see what they're going to do, but also not get the crap beat out of you.
Yeah.
You know? And so I just never felt like we could fire off. And dude, this worked perfectly. They all came off together
perfectly.
Everybody just kind of fell in. Jordan turned out perfectly. Landon sealed the inside, and then Saquon was patient enough, and then you just saw it open up, and he was gone.
It was beautiful. And one of the things that was good about that play, and it was a shotgun where you have trips left, and you had Barkley to the left of Jalen. So what it was going to be what we call a same side inside zone, because most of the time, most of your zone runs go across the quarterback's face. So with it being an inside zone run to the running back side, I usually call that the same side inside zone. So what they did was, I mean, it was absolutely beautiful the way they blocked it, how patient they was. And then now you got Big Jordan. He went up on the linebacker. Landon went up on the defensive end, and then it all kind of just collided perfectly. And, man, Barkley just took it to the house. It was an absolutely beautiful run.
It was beautiful.
I mean, I think Stoutland couldn't have drawn that up any better.
I smell brownies or something. Something smells delicious.
Oh, yeah. I mean, well, we're at Chickies Pete, so everything is delicious.
Well, yeah. So in contrast to picking that up beautifully, the play that Lane got hurt on, they ran a stunt on the backside of a run. And that's, if you watch, Steen he climbed too quick. And when he went to turn on the looper, he was already on a different level than Lane, and Lane tried driving them down into the hole, and then there was just that collision. Yeah,
there you go.
Saquon was going to put his head down and get a couple.
Yeah, he's trying to get a couple, and Lane is just trying to, finish his guy, and then there you go. You have a head-on-head collision.
Yeah, it's football. Sometimes
that's football. It's going to happen, and I hope that Lane gets back quickly. Yeah,
he'll be all right. I have faith in him.
Yeah,
right. He's from the old school.
Yeah,
touch of the old school in him.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Talk about Goddard here, dude. Goddard came out and had an absolutely monster game, right? Why have we not seen that already? I just feel like if we want to get this thing rolling with our identity, like I was talking about earlier, they need to give Saquon the ball, and they need to have Goddard active almost every game. I wouldn't say as active, but you're going to see big plays out of him if you target him somewhere between 3 to 5 times a game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just feel like you get the running game rolling, you're going to get the tight end involved in that because of the run game. It's going to open him up, and then everything else over the top is just going to be even better, especially when we get AJ back.
Yeah, I think that these couple games, especially seeing Dallas come out there and explode in this game, this is helping the offensive coordinators and the coaching staff to sit down and be like, all right, you know what? We need to figure out how to scheme these guys. Look at all these weapons that we have here that we can utilize, where you could just say, all right, you got the Devontae, you got Slim, you got AJ, you got Dallas. Work on trying to scheme these guys up. And I know you only have one ball to put out there, but, you got a lot of guys that you could just – let's work it out.
I feel like that's part of the problem.
Yeah.
It's like as soon as the game starts, it's hard to create a momentum because you're like, ooh, what toy should I play with?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you have your friends come over and you can't wait to show them all your cool stuff that you got for Christmas, and you don't play with any of it because you're just spending time showing them each thing.
Yeah. So
it's like we got to just pick Saquon.
I think Saquon is the main.
Saquon is the main.
Yeah. And then you work everything else off from there.
And then everything, it'll show itself to you. But you got to get him going.
Yeah, I think so. But it depends on what the defense is showing. Because I think if they come out there playing 5-down, 7-man box, that's tough sledding. Let's go ahead and now you have the weapons to pick guys apart where you can throw them out of it. And I think that's one of the advantages to this offense is that you have weapons to where a defense coordinator cannot just sit there and just say, all right, I'm going to take this particular player away or take this aspect of their game away, because you have so many weapons that you can just pull from to get down the field and put points on the board. Yeah.
Well, I mean, this was also Yeah, I lost what I was going to say there.
Okay, it's okay. But and then we go in and then we say, all right, you know what? Hey, we're going to try to trick them on this one. The brotherly shove sweep.
Nah, man. I mean, to be honest, I have a lot of issues with certain calls throughout the game.
Yeah.
This is one of them.
Yeah.
I mean, so Sirianni, we talked about this last week, he's not calling the offensive plays. But he is calling some plays.
Yeah.
Like 4th and short.
He's like, I would like to cut in here.
Yes. Excuse me. Great job. I think I got this.
Yeah, I got this one.
I got a good feel for this.
Yeah.
We're going to trick him here.
I'm cooking here.
I don't like that. I mean, I think that he should give the call to go for it and then let the coordinator do it. If you're going to go for it and you're going to line up for the push, I want to see the push.
Yeah. I want to go ahead and go with the brotherly shove and let's just go ahead and have at it. Or let's go ahead and just line up in something that makes them spread out. I thought that, the pass to Goddard when it was 4th and 1 and you getting that nice little easy pass right there. I thought that was beautiful. Nice little change up.
Yeah, but you know what? I still was a little uneasy about that also.
Well, it worked.
Yeah, I mean, we got the first down.
Yeah.
If we drop it, we're sitting here dog cussing right
Oh,
now.
yeah. I mean, that's football. Every play we're like, man, doggone it. That sucked. Why you called that? But, I'm okay with little change-ups like that. Or spread them out. You know what I'm saying? Because hey, here comes the brotherly shove. Spread them out sometimes. Or if you're going to shove it.
It's early in the season. Like, we still haven't built the success. Like, go ahead and keep pounding it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, make people fear it. They're not fearing it right now.
No. I think we got to keep it going.
Yeah.
All right. You ready to go take a break and then
we
come
can take
back?
a little break. We'll take a break and we'll come right back to you.
It's the Daily Ticket with Sean Brace, 3 to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday.
Luke Arcani talking all things Phillies for us. But would you say that this team is the best team in baseball as we're getting ready for a playoff run here?
I would say, yeah. As far as the National League specifically, I think it's between us and the Dodgers, right? I don't think there's any real arguments to any other teams there. The difference for me is the pitching there. The Phillies pitching is miles more than this Dodgers team is. They have way better arms than LA. So that's kind of where I think they get the advantage there. As far as the American League, I think it's close with the Yankees and Cleveland. I think those are kind of the two teams. I still think Cleveland's a very underrated baseball team.
If you can wager on it, we're talking about it right here on The Gambler.
My station, baby.
Okay, everyone, what did you think of the chocolate bar?
It's too chewy.
Feels kind of chalky.
Too much nougat.
I need to go brush my teeth.
Business is booming for Steph's small marketing research firm.
After all these focus groups, there's only one conclusion. I need more researchers.
And she's way too busy researching
Does this have peanuts?
to waste time researching resumes.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Pros, now's your chance to save big during Pro Savings Days at Lowe's. Right now, save big on appliances like the GE Stainless Steel Kitchen Suite. Plus, save $40 on 5-gallon pails of Valspar Reserve, Valspar Defense, and Valspar Stain. Shop Pro Savings Days today for big savings on everything you need to get the job done right. Because Lowe's knows pros. Valid through 9/27 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Tommy, I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
I'm Carrie Champion, and this is Season 4 of Naked Sports. Up first, I explore the making of a rivalry.
Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese.
Every great player needs a foil.
People are talking about women's basketball just because of one single game. I just come here to play basketball every single day.
Clark and Reese have changed the way we consume women's sports. Listen to The Making of a Rivalry, Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search The Making of a Rivalry, Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese, and start listening.
And we're back. We're back. We're just jamming out. Yeah, I like this jam.
Yeah, I like that. Anyway, before we move on to the defense, dude, I would just like to say, great job, Tyler Steen and Fred Johnson.
Absolutely.
You guys came out, you balled. There was no drop off from you guys while you were out there. I think that you guys are a major key in this victory.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go to the defense, dude, because we had some monsters playing. I loved how our D-line played, and I think it started. I think they must have heard us talking about the D tackles inside, you know, how they have kind of been absent and non-performing and stuff like that. They probably said, you know what, Trey and Todd, I'll show you.
Yeah.
We are the motivating factor.
Watch this.
Because, dude, Jalen Carter, was it because he was close to where he played college? Like, why? What happened there?
Let's first of all, because we're gonna get to him. Let's start with Jordan Davis' sack.
Okay, all right.
Let's Jordan Davis. Imagine as a quarterback, you seeing Jordan Davis come free up the middle, and what is he? What 6'7", 6'6", 6'7"?
He's a big dude.
What about 350?
Yeah.
Before Thanksgiving,
I mean,
like right now, it's pre-Thanksgiving.
I'm thinking he's plus 3.5.
Yeah.
He's over 3.
Coming downhill, man, that's got to be like, oh God,
terrifying.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, but it was good to see him go out there and make an impactful play early in the game. And then Jalen Carter, man, is an absolute animal. He is a disruptor.
That's a perfect word for it, dude. He disrupts the play.
Yeah, I mean, he is just absolutely a disruptor, and I'm okay with the way he plays the game. You know what I'm saying? Because you need that on defense. You need a chippy guy that's always the pushing a little extra push or a little extra something that gets things going, like he's an enforcer on the defensive line. Now, I think everybody was like, well, why isn't he like that every week? I think last week, you never know how things bother you. You know what I'm saying? When being late, you know, you get punished for being late or whatever. That messes with you sometimes. But I think that this week, man, he came out there and was just like, all right, you know what? I'm about to show y'all what you really got.
Wait, he was punished last week?
Yeah, he was on punishment. Like, they punished him last week.
Oh, yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, because he had to sit out like the first series.
Right. Yeah,
they were like, all right, you were down 5 plays. All right, that was enough.
Okay,
you
get
know,
on in there.
You learned your lesson, right? Okay, that's like, you know, we have to spank your child, and you know, I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? And you get that one little tap. All right, that was enough. You know what I'm saying? So let's get back in there.
You know I don't like this, right?
What's that? Why?
No, that's what you said.
Yeah, this is hurting me more than it's hurting you. It's hurting me more than it's hurting you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
I don't want to do this. Why are you doing this?
Yeah, so they punished him, and you know, and I think that bothered him a little bit. You know, but I think this week,
I think that's mission accomplished. I think
mission
you're
accomplished.
Supposed to bother them when you punish them.
Yeah, the lesson learned, because he seems like someone that cares about his game. And man, I mean, this dude was just a record. 2 batted balls. I don't know how many. Like he had 4 tackles or whatever, tackles for loss. You know, I mean, I think that he is just a disruptor. I love the way he plays the game.
Yeah, he was out there. He's very active. He's a slippery fellow, dude. He looks like he would be very, very hard to block.
Dude, I haven't seen anybody do that hump move since like Reggie White.
You know what? I always hate, and I don't know why, I always hated blocking D linemen that like looked sloppy on the field. Like had their shirt hanging untucked, their jersey wasn't super fit. Like for some reason, when a guy came through and he was all like perfectly tailored and stuff, I was like, oh, this guy's no problem.
Yeah.
But like somebody didn't care how they looked. I was like, man, this guy's out here for the.
I'm in for a battle.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he doesn't care. His shirt
and
is
that's both of
untucked.
those guys.
Yeah.
They don't care.
No,
they're just out there to wreck shop.
Yeah, I'm a lineman. I'm coming out here. I'm going to beat the person that's in front of me. I mean, that one of those little hump moves that he came out. I mean, it was nice the way he set him up, came in with the little club, knocked the guard off balance. I mean, it was easy work for him, and he does it all the time. And, and I think that as he continues to be aggressive, I love that. You know what I'm saying? Then after the game, when you got triple back hurt, trying to hold him back, you know what I'm saying? Like, he like, no. Triple back is like, no. You know what I'm saying? No, we don't need that.
Yeah, him and Dom.
Yeah.
He was getting a double team.
Yeah, he was getting a double
team.
And he's beating professional players double team.
Sirianni came over there and was like, no, this isn't my job title.
Yes.
This is one of my responsibilities.
This is outside the circle. You know what I'm saying? This is outside the circle of responsibilities that I was given. But I'm going to come over here and whisper in your ear. You know what I'm saying?
So it's time. So leading into this next game, is it time to punish Jalen again? Do we need to punish him earlier in the week?
No, I think the lesson was learned.
Yeah. Okay.
I think the lesson was learned. I think that he knows that, all right, you know what? I can't be late for whatever the reason is. Whatever it is. I think that he learned his lesson, and he's going to come to play.
I love it. I hope so. I hope we see that again. I was wondering if, he went to Georgia, right? He's a Georgia boy.
Yes.
Yeah. I was wondering if it's because, if they were down in the South, he might have had some friends and family at the game.
Yeah.
Maybe some people that weren't friends and family at the game. I don't know.
Maybe. Got a little home cooking.
Whatever that is, fly them in.
Yeah.
Fly them in.
Whatever it is to have him play the way he played, keep that going, because I love that. But I think that playing that 5 down front absolutely helped this defense. Playing 5 down with 2 linebackers, that's a 7-man box, and that's hard to run on, especially in today's offense, because you're not going to line up with in a traditional I formation where you got a running back, fullback, and a tight end on the line of scrimmage. That's not happening, so having a 5 down defensive front, then you got your 2 linebackers up in there. I thought that helped this defense where it made them shut down the run. Now it does expose you on the back end, but you got to be able to cover.
And you gotta have playmakers on the back end.
Absolutely,
dude. I am really liking how Quinion Mitchell is developing as a player, dude. He is nice.
Yeah, I think that as he continues to develop, he's going to be a baller. I think he's going to really be a baller. He's a great player, has great instincts. He's going to continue to learn and get better. I think that last week he got picked on a little bit.
Well, he's gonna get picked on. He's gonna get tested because he's young.
Yeah,
Nobody
he's a
really
young
knows.
guy.
But he's answering to it. Right now, he's second in the NFL among cornerbacks with pass breakups.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
3 games into it, he's being tested. If he keeps doing that, eventually they're gonna go away from him. That's the idea as a cornerback. Like, hey, don't throw it over here.
Yeah, and then you got Big Play Slay over there that was making play. I mean, I think that just across the board, this was a pride check. Last week, I think that, you got popped in the mouth.
Yeah.
You got popped in the mouth, and it's like, all right, either you're going to answer or you're going to fold. And I think that these guys came out there and they played with some pride, and that's what you want to see, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Yeah. Guys were flying around. You got guys out there playing with their heart on their chest, on their sleeve, and they out there giving them everything that they got.
Yeah, I was not expecting to see a 15-12 game here. I was expecting it to be a shootout.
Okay.
But it just shows how much I know about football and what we can expect. So, all right, dude. Let me talk about this. Nick Sirianni said, every time we go for it on 4th down, I'm doing what I think is best for the football team at that particular time. I'm not going to make it a weekly habit of explaining it to you guys.
There you go.
What do you think about that? He's standing on his business.
Hey, Sirianni getting sassy. I ain't gonna sit up here and be explaining myself to y'all every week. Yeah.
Well, listen. Here's the reality of it. Yes, we won. But if you keep making those decisions, you might not have the chance to answer for it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, we're going to see if you keep seeing poor decisions down the road, but your players are making plays, you're going to see somebody get put in a position to stop making those poor decisions.
Yes, the tide can turn very quickly.
And
So
then
you
you'll
should
have
be-
to explain to the next employer why you were going for it on fourth down all the time.
Yeah. So,
Offensive lineman.
and you got Mighty Leg.
And you got Mighty Leg. But then you end up coming off the sidelines, scratching your head like, what happened? It is infuriating.
Yes, it does.
So, like, every time you're in the zone, you should at least come out with 3.
Yes.
I mean, interceptions happen. I understand that. But you should never have a turnover on downs down in the red zone unless you need 6 to win.
Yeah. I think you take 3 every time if you can.
I get the whole like bully mentality, shove it down your throat type thing, but like
I'm trying to show my guys that I believe in them.
we're not doing it.
Then he came out. He's like, man, listen, I ain't gonna be sitting up here explaining myself to y'all every week. Nah, that's it. This is this right here. Mark it. This is the last time.
It puts the O lineman it puts your offensive players in a weird position.
Yeah.
Because you're out there and you're like, all right, let's go ahead and get this quick 3. And then all of a sudden he sends a play out, and then you're sitting there and you can't be like, well, wait a minute. This is a bad idea. No, you got to be all in like, oh, okay. And then you start hyping yourself up and you're like, yeah, we're going to get this. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Right, Trey?
Yeah.
And you start punching me and I start punching you. And we're like, we're
right.
going to get this.
We're going 95W on 1. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Wait. Why are you running our way?
Why are we going left?
We're so much better on the backside. Let us wash it down. Send some cross counter.
Yeah, we have no time. There's no time to sit up there and debate about it. You just got to go.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. You put the offense in a weird position, and then you're messing with their trust.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because they trust you to make the right calls to get points on the board to win the game. If you don't score a touchdown at the end of the game, but you kick the field goal every time you're in the red zone and you still won the game, you don't care. You won the game.
We won the game.
Yeah, offensive meeting on Monday or Tuesday, whenever you get out there, you're going to talk about red zone efficiency and how we would rather get 6 than 3, but you're still getting 3. I don't know, dude. It's a big problem for me.
All I know is y'all better stop asking him.
Yeah, I mean.
Don't ask him about it next week. You know what I'm saying? Sirianni already let you know, like, look here, I told y'all. Didn't I tell you? I ain't going to sit up here and be explaining myself every week to y'all. Sitting up here questioning my authority.
I don't know, man.
I told you when I feel it, and that's that.
I did what was best for the team.
Yeah, hey, man, I'm feeling it. I cut in when I feel like it.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Like, hey, man, I don't like that call. Hey, man, go. Hey, listen, I don't like that call. Let's go gun left, 48W, whatever it is. I don't know how they make their calls. I don't call it. I don't have their playbook.
Dude.
But you better not ask him about it no more.
Trey, what's your least favorite play to run on the field when we were playing?
I used to hate like toss cracks. You know what?
You mean like when you would pull or you were on the backside?
When I had to pull. Anytime I had to pull, I hated that. Like even if I was the lead blocker, because I was like, man, you got me out in space. And you got, what I'm saying? Like you got big, I got knee braces on.
You would usually hear like a
Oh yeah, because there was a lot of arm pumping. I mean, dog, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to get all this moving. Yeah. So I mean, you got a lot of hands and elbows and everything trying to get there, and it's a lot of huffing and puffing, and you're like and you're trying to get out there, and you got this cornerback that's going to juke you anyway. So I'm like, man, why do y'all got me out here doing this? Like that's like 10. You just took a little wind out my sail. Going to do this, and I hate it.
Hey, get back in here. It's 3rd and 10. We got.
Oh yeah, and then we're about to do a 15-yard drop. You know what I'm saying? Because we're about to go do this 7-step drop because we're gonna go 2 jet. The next play. And then I hate it. I hate it when I was on the backside of any cut plays where if it was outside zone because and if I got a 3 technique.
Hey, Todd, you gotta give me a little more. You gotta give me a little more, Todd.
Because I can't get there and I'm trying to cut and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna cut off my 3rd step. I'm going 1, 2, 3. I'm going to cut off my 3rd step. Yeah, nah. defensive lineman, he already in your back pocket. And all right, hope Westbrook makes it work. You know what I'm saying? Go do work.
Bro, some of my favorite plays was that toss crack, but when I'm on the backside, because they're like, hey, this play's going to hit outside. Why don't you just wander downfield and try to get after this free safety here?
Mm-hmm.
And if your block becomes like important, that means it's a really good play. So then I would just kind of like meander with this free safety. You know, it's kind of like a little cat and mouse game.
Yeah.
I'm like 20 yards downfield,
Mm-hmm.
even if the play stopped at the line. You know, I loved it. Just
Got some extra
wander
cardio. Yeah, got the heart rate going. But yeah, I never like the when I got to get out in space and then trying to cut the three techniques. Those weren't good plays for me, you know. But I think that, man, just overall, I thought that this was just a gritty win. You know, I think that these guys did what they had to do. You took care of business. New Orleans is an extremely tough place to play and to come out with a win.
Yeah,
you know,
it is tough to play down there.
Yeah, it's tough, man.
Man, do you remember? Remember,
No.
there was a playoff game down there, right?
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
Sean couldn't play that game, and Scott Young got the nod.
Scott
like in
Young
pregame,
got the
they were
nod,
like,
yeah.
"Hey, Scott, you're gonna play guard this game."
Yeah, and then he got caught with a holding. Yeah. I kind of remember that because he was playing next to me.
Yeah,
because that's what stopped. That was it. You know.
It was tough.
Yeah, that was tough for him.
That was very tough.
Yeah, you know, I'm pretty sure that was his last year with us too. I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Stuff comes at you fast.
Yeah.
Hey, did I see this wrong? And maybe I just read body language improperly. Did our guy CJ celebrate after a third down conversion?
He did.
Okay. I didn't know if he was slapping himself in the face like you should have went and got him behind the line.
It was a hit. He put a hit on him.
Yeah, he did put a hit on him. But
it was first down.
It was a first down.
It was a first down. But I mean, you know, but he was fired up about the hit. I mean, you know what, dude? Like, you know what?
No, I'm getting picky.
You know what? I like CJ, man.
I do too.
I like the way he plays. You know, he goes out there, he makes the big hit. You know what I'm saying? Like he says he's the hardest hitting safety in football. Like I feel like a Seinfeld episode where you have your hat backwards and now I want to turn mine backwards now. You know what I'm saying? But no, I'm not
contagious.
Yeah, but it's okay. I'm just gonna take it off. But
that makes me feel like mine must look good backwards.
Yeah,
right now.
you know what I'm saying? I feel like that Seinfeld episode where George Costanza, he was meeting with the dude, he had his hat on backwards. I turned. But anyway, you know, I just felt like I think CJ. I like the way he plays the game. You know, I like that, you know, he gets out there, he's going to make the big hit, good or bad. Now, there were a couple times where he went to go make that hit, and the guy slid right off of him, and, you know, he slid off the guy, they ran for a touchdown. But, man, when he goes in there and he meets these running backs in the hole, he has no problem going in there and putting his nose on a big running back.
Yeah, no, I like that. I like the energy and the attitude he brings to the defense, too. You know, I feel like when he wasn't here, that's something that was missing with this defense.
Yeah.
And now that he's back, I don't know if they've all caught on to it quite 100% yet, but it's starting to catch on.
Yeah, it's starting to come there. Then you got Blankenship, man, who has now got a lifetime invitation to the barbecue. He's got a lifetime invitation to the cookout.
Him wearing chains in the locker room
he got the chains on. He's iced out. Everybody doing his dance.
I love it.
Man, Blankenship is out there. He's such a cool cat too, man. When you sit down and talk to him, you know, just a cool dude, man. I like Blankenship, man. He's out there making plays. You know, what's this? His second interception so far?
Yeah. I mean, Reed is showing out. I've got to do a little more background on him. I'd like to get some fun facts on Reed for the next show. You know, I'm sure there's some good stuff. I'm gonna take a venture here. He looks like a military brat a little bit, doesn't he? Looks like maybe he's got some military in the
background with the buzz cut and everything, with the short cut and everything. I don't know, you know, possibly. You know, seem like a cool cat though, man.
Yeah, he does seem
cool cat, man.
And as long as he keeps playing good ball, he's cool with me.
He keeps playing ball, you know, doing his thing, making some plays. You know, I think he's been doing extremely well. I like the young man and how he plays the game. You know, he comes out there, he does his thing, you know, and like I said, he has a lifetime. Well, I don't know. You know,
those things can be revoked.
Yeah,
very quickly.
Your license can be revoked
very, very quickly.
So,
you better act accordingly. Be very gracious. Be very gracious. Go to as many barbecues as you can while you got it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Watch how you address everybody. You know what I'm saying? Don't get too excited.
Don't get too comfortable.
Don't get,
you know?
Don't get too comfortable. There are some things that's still across the line for you.
Yes.
But as long as you govern yourself accordingly, you should be good.
Yeah, we're gonna take a quick break.
It's the Daily Ticket with Sean Brace, 3 to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday.
Now to the coaching. And I'm not going to waste any time on Kellen Moore. I'm not going to waste any time on Vic Fangio. I'm not going to waste any time on anybody other than Nick Sirianni. And the way that Nick Sirianni is coaching, point blank, in 2024, 2025, he is a liability to this team. You and I can argue all day about that previous game against the Falcons. I'm here to tell you he lost that game. With his decision to go for it, to throw the football, to stop the clock, he lost that game. You want to argue? Argue with yourself. Yesterday, before the half, to run that play and not take 3? What are you doing?
Connect with the Gambler at Fox PHL Gambler on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
I have a secret. I use Secret Whole Body Deodorant because more than just my armpits stink.
Oh, can I use it where my bra rubs under my...
Oh, yeah.
And what about down there? My...
Totally. 4 out of 5 gynecologists would recommend it. So I tried it, and now I get 72 hours of freshness from my pits to my...
Ooh, I love that it's a spray.
Me too. And it comes in sticks and creams too. Go get your Secret Whole Body Deodorant.
Moments like hearing my cat purr good morning mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that is spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib. Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for adults with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
Okay, everyone, what did you think of the chocolate bar?
It's too chewy.
Feels kind of chalky.
Too much nougat.
I need to go brush my teeth.
Business is booming for Steph's small marketing research firm.
After all these focus groups, there's only one conclusion. I need more researchers.
And she's way too busy researching
Does this have peanuts?
to waste time researching resumes.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
After finally seeing some showers this afternoon, it will stay cloudy overnight. The showers do move to the east off the coast. Low temperatures around 60 degrees for the city, 50s for the suburbs, so a cool night. And then the clouds hang around for Tuesday, but the chance of showers diminishes, a high temperature of 73. I'm meteorologist Adam Joseph with your 6ABC forecast.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America. Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America, N.A. Copyright 2024.
Your home for Villanova basketball is WDAS and WD273D, Fox Sports Radio, Philadelphia.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Victory Monday here.
Victory Monday.
Beat the brakes off the Saints. Not really the brakes off of them, but it's a win.
We won.
The defense played great.
Yeah. Sirianni got sassy with y'all. Y'all ain't gonna ask him no more.
Quit asking him, guys. Just quit asking.
Yeah, don't be sitting around here asking me about that. This is the
what do you
last
think the press
time.
conference is for? Questions?
Yeah, no, exactly. You know what I'm saying? This is for me to come and just tell you what's going on. Don't come asking me any more questions about it. I ain't got time to be sitting up here explaining myself every week about fourth down plays. That's not my job.
Well,
kind of is.
I want to see the job description.
You want to see the outline of it?
I would like to see the responsibility list.
Yeah. You know, hey, man, you know what?
Because then I'll know when to look at him and be like, okay, what are you gonna do? This is you.
Like, we know what Big Dom's does.
Yeah, it's very obvious
outlined.
what Dom
It's
does.
very, very clear what Big Dom does. Yeah. You know, we know what Stoutland does.
Yeah, very clear.
Very clear.
I think we know exactly what Fangio does too.
Yeah, we know what. Yeah, we know what Fangio does. Hey, man, we know what triple back hurt does too. Triple back. That triple back. And triple back hurt.
Trey, what you got going on this week? We got Tampa Bay coming up.
Yeah,
right?
we got Tampa Bay coming up, man.
What is their record right now?
I don't know.
It's another road game for us.
Another
right?
road game. I haven't been keeping up with what Tampa's doing. I know they lost to Denver. They got smoked.
Yeah, you're right. They did.
Yeah.
Well, 26-7.
Yeah. So they got the brakes beat off of them by the Broncos.
So what is the point differential that would efficiently be used when somebody says the brake speed off?
I say more than a touchdown.
Okay.
Yeah. You know.
Well, maybe more than two.
2 touchdowns? Yeah, I think 2 touchdowns is officially breaks beat off.
I don't know. I would say 3, actually.
3 touchdowns? 21 points? Yeah, that's breaks. Yeah, you got breaks beat
we
off.
can't soften the term.
Yeah.
It really,
but I think
it
2
really
scores,
means something.
I think 2 scores, 2 touchdowns.
2 scores?
Yeah, 14
You
points.
won. You handled them.
Yeah, no, 14 points is got you got.
You handled them.
Yeah, you handled them very well. Okay. All right. So 14 points.
3
you
points.
handled them.
3 points. You squeaked it out.
Yeah. You squeeze one out. And then, but you know, so then if it's 2 scores, you handled them.
Yeah, you handled them.
3 scores, you beat the brakes
3
off.
scores and more, you beat the brakes
Yeah, okay.
off them. Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah.
What about the one touchdown win?
You know,
we played well.
Yeah, you played well. You had a solid win. Solid win.
Not too high, not too low. We played well. We got some things to cover, but you know, do it over.
Absolutely. All right, so yeah, man. So other than that, man, you know, just getting ready for the week. You know, one of the things that we're doing at my studio at Pino's Palette, man, we're starting something new.
Trey, where is your Pino's Palette studio?
Pino's Palette is in Cherry Hill, right behind the Cheesecake Factory, man, over there in Cherry Hill. So we're starting something new, man, where we're going to be doing Trey Thomas Tuesdays, where I'll be teaching an art class every Tuesday.
Ah, the triple T.
Yeah, Trey Thomas Tuesdays is back at Pino's Palette in Cherry Hill, where I'll be teaching an art class. So go to Pino's Palette, cherryhill.com/Cherry Hill to log on and reserve your easel and come paint with your boy.
You should make it a Tuscan wine you're drinking, and then you hit the 4T.
Oh, well, it's a BYOB, so you can bring your own wine, you know, bring your own thing. Oh, now, it's a BYOB, but it's only wine and beer. Don't be coming in there trying to get some Hennessy and you got tequila and all that, man.
Wait a minute. You
know,
can drink as much wine as you want.
Oh, yeah.
You can't have a shot of tequila.
No tequila, no Hennessy.
Explain that to me, Mr. Business Owner. Is
Well,
that
it's a BYOB, you know, depending on, because you have to have a liquor license to serve hard liquors.
But if they bring it themselves,
they
are you
cannot
serving
do it in our establishment.
No,
we will shut
say,
you down.
No, thank you.
Yeah, we will let you know, like, hey, no, you cannot have that in here. But you can bring all the beer and wine.
What about fortified wine? Are we good with that?
Oh yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Just no
Grappa.
liquor, no hard liquors. You know, but what about yourself? What you got going on?
Well, you know, we got a little flag football practice tomorrow. So it was the Battle of the Unbeatens last weekend, right?
Okay.
The team that we were playing had not allowed a touchdown all season.
Okay.
My little boy scored 2.
Okay, that's what I'm
He
talking
put 2
about.
up on him.
Yeah.
1 running.
Yeah.
And then they called. We went for it on 4th down in the second half.
Oh, okay.
And he caught the pass to convert the first down, and he just turned upfield and took it to the zone.
You know what? That's awesome. How is because
it was a great play call by Coach.
Yeah, the coach by Coach Selleck, because it's you and Selleck that are the coaches there. So how do other parents when they have to deal with you guys? Do you feel like the other dads out there, like, you know what, we're going to try to stick it to them?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we're both undefeated these last 2 teams, right?
Okay.
And, you know, there was a discrepancy. We had a safety, and then they spotted it outside of the end zone, and then the other coaches said there was no safeties.
Mm-hmm.
But then the commissioner was right next to me, and I asked him, and he's like, no, there's safeties. So They ended up scoring on that ensuing drive, so that was like an 8-point swing. Had the game outcome been a little different, I might have got a little feisty about it, but we let them have it. I didn't want to call back a touchdown for a kid just because of a safety,
Yeah.
I mean, if it comes down to it in league standings, we might have to work the point.
Add to my kids. And so I took that personally.
Yeah, you can't.
So we played them in the championship game. We put up 60 on them.
You put 60 on?
Yeah.
You hung a 60 burger.
Yeah, I
on
hold
them,
it. Yes. We. I was like, look, we are here to kick ass, and that's it.
Were you a throwing offense?
Oh yeah, we ran a no huddle offense.
Yeah, we're spread.
Yeah.
We basically run draws and goes.
Yeah. And then like I said, like I showed you with the wristbands. So I gave all my kids wristbands, and I had drawn up all the plays with the Vizio, like the professional coaches do.
Yeah. Well, actually, we can actually call offense from the sidelines if we wanted to. We don't need papers.
Yeah, but I had a playbook and everything.
Yeah, it's fun, dude.
I gave all the kids playbooks. It was a little much.
But anyway, the streak stays alive.
That's good.
We're still undefeated. My daughter's soccer team is undefeated. Youth sports is going well.
That's awesome. That's good. That's good.
But hey, Wednesday,
we're
getting back in the vines.
We're going back in the vines.
Back in the vines. We haven't been out in the vines all season, and Wednesday at 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock, we are going to the Inn at Grace Winery. And we're gonna get out there and do our show in the vines.
Yeah, man, drink some wine, man. So come out, man, have some wines with us. We'll be out at Grace Winery from 12 to 2.
Yeah, talking wine, talking ball.
Talking wine, talking ball, enjoying some wines, man.
Yeah,
and having a blast.
And we do have a space if it rains. So
okay, cool.
Yeah, we'll just shoot into their little tasting.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? We're at a winery.
Yeah,
there's plenty of places.
Yeah, we can easily call an audible.
Yeah, absolutely. And you don't have to get a question about it. We don't have to be questioned because I ain't asking no more questions about it.
But yeah. We just show up and we make the best decision for our show.
Yes.
At that time.
And don't be questioning us about it.
Ever.
But that's awesome, man.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
So now we got to get ready for the Broncos. I mean, for the Buccaneers.
Yeah, it feels good to get a win.
Get
and back on the right side of things. I still would like to see a more better tasting performance from the offense.
Yes.
Like a more complete game.
Yeah, I don't know when you're going to see that because I need to have,
all the toys got to get played
you got to
with,
have
right?
all the toys in the, because right now, I don't know when Slim is going to be back because that hit on Slim was,
that's pretty nasty.
Yeah, it was a nasty hit, and and then you saw the one thing where they showed one player spit on him while he was down. That's
there's no place for that in football. That was gross.
No, not at all.
I saw that.
Yeah, that's stupid.
You think Runyon find him?
Yeah, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Runyon.
Isn't that funny, dude?
Yeah.
Hey, you think Runyon find him?
Yes. Runyon find his own son. So he find that,
and then bragged to me about it.
Yeah, he's like, I find my son. God, that's wild.
The dirtiest man in the NFL at one point in time,
but he never spit on anyone.
Is now finding people. Had he not?
No, Runyon wouldn't do that. That crosses the line.
He always had cotton mouth from all the coffee you drank pregame.
yeah, that crosses the line. Now a little hit afterwards, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? That was all good.
A little squeeze in the pile.
Yeah, he flying over the top, he and Buns flying over the top, taking guys out, Yeah. But yeah, man. But cool, man. This was awesome, man.
Yeah.
Victory Monday.
Enjoy it, folks. We'll see you next week.
Psst. Hey, I have a secret. I use Secret Whole Body Deodorant because more than just my armpits stink.
Oh, can I use it where my bra rubs under my...
Oh, yeah.
And what about down there? My...
Totally. 4 out of 5 gynecologists